Hello everybody and welcome back to Rebellious Menstruation. Over the last 40 days or so I've been using this Tommy Jeans micro bag made from corduroy as my everyday handbag. But first of all, before we go through that, I'm going to go through I'll show you the last handbag that I was using. So it has been this Prada bag. I'm just going to see if I can pull the camera up a bit to make it a bit easier to see it. Okay, so I've been using this Prada bag. Yes, it is real and genuine and from the Prada shop. I've had it for about 7 years. I bought it in Malaysia about 7 years ago and I've never really actually used it. So as I started slowly to work my way through my stuff, I think I gave away about 15 handbags. Obviously I didn't want to give away this one, and I decided to use this bag, basically considering the amount of money that I spent on it at the time. But of course, as with any bag that you become accustomed to, you get used to the stuff that you bring in, have in it. And so it's quite spacious, and of course I filled it with all types of things. So basically what I had in this handbag was so these are things that are still in here and I'll go through these. So basically in this handbag was my passport. So this is actually my passport. This is where it sits. I actually know where it is, and it sits in this handbag. So that sits in that front pocket. As you can see, there are some wear marks on it now. Some marks here. Some marks obviously down the bottom and in these corners. There are some marks. And that's basically because I've used it. It's actually usually kept in its cover. But so that is, and obviously there has been some wear on the handles, but of course there was no wear on these handles at all up until about a year ago, because obviously I just hadn't used it. But then I thought it was a waste of money to buy a Prada handbag and never use it. This is the notebook that I kept in here, and it's just full of random notes that I've had over time, and stickers that I collected off other things. This was my wallet that I was using. It's actually still got all of my cards in it, I'm pretty sure, because I basically use my mobile phone now, so it will still contain most of my cards. But I've uploaded most of them onto my phone. And then I had this. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to pull you back down again so that you can actually see. So this was essentially a makeup bag. As you can see, it's a little bit peeled from the washing. It is a custom ordered bag with Swan Queen on it. Okay, so in this bag, I possibly have gone through it before, is hand sanitizer, mouthwash, salt. This is Himalayan pink rock salt. It has another little bag within a bag. It's got, this is dental floss, so this is a little dental floss container. This is Paw Paw. This used to be another type of lip balm, but when I finished it I replaced it with Paw Paw. Those are, I think I've done a review on these. These are those bamboo earplugs that, well, not Curette, but I use a Curette, but this is just in here. This is a nail file set. This is a mirror. Band-aids. That is an alcohol wipe. This is another band-aid which should be in there. Earl, hair tie, I don't actually have hair long enough to use a tie, lighter. My hair is shaved basically. That is a toothpick, another toothpick. These are hair clips. My hair is long enough for hair clips. Most of them are Hello Kitty or Barbie hair clips, it looks like. That is a phone cleaner. So that's what was in this one. I have another one in here. I think I've used or shown this one before because this actually has 2 liners in it. That is a Dirty Dancing liner, is 7 inches, I believe. And this is another 7-inch unicorn. Both are Go With Your Flow, cotton topped and corduroy backed. Both of them are corduroy backed. And they're spare panty liners in case I need them, and they're both from Go With Your Flow. So this is obviously what I used to carry in my bag, and more specifically in my makeup bag. There's more stuff in here. This is a buff with a skeleton on it. Okay, there's still some more stuff to go in here. Okay, so the other stuff that goes in here is I've got a magic stain remover pen, bamboo rainbow toothbrush with a cover on it, 2 pens, which obviously I use with the notepad. I've got Marvis, this is cinnamon mint toothpaste, and it's just in the mini so it fits in here. And then last but not least is this knife. So that must come out. There we go. So this rainbow knife is already in there. So it's stainless steel, a rainbow knife. Okay, so that is what was in my handbag. I would also generally carry a book. So a book about this size, which as you can tell is a bit bigger. This is like an A5 notebook. So I'd also carry a book. I'd also carry a water bottle, obviously. We're just going to move this out of the way for a sec. I'd also carry a reusable coffee cup. And if I was going to work, I would carry this smoothie container and a straw. So basically this is all of the stuff here that I would take with me on any one trip or any one day out in my Prada handbag. So it could be obviously quite a bit and of stuff, and it's actually quite surprising that you would end up fitting all of this stuff into a handbag, to be honest. But also this is why it ended up getting quite frustrating for me, because I just ended up with a lot of stuff in my handbag which wasn't necessary for me to have. And like, I can't remember the last time I needed a band-aid, and so what we'll do is we'll put this all through, or even probably more to the point that other people wanted them. There's also a little screw. I'm not sure if you can see it, but that is a tiny little screw there as well. Don't know where that came from. So all of that goes into with the lighter for emergency lighter purposes, I guess. So the point is that this is how much stuff I used to carry around with me on a daily basis, and obviously it can become quite exhausting when you're the one who is carrying all of this around. and it gets a little bit tiring, and especially when it wasn't necessarily stuff that I was using on a day-to-day basis. On my work desk, I have a coffee cup and I have a water bottle, and I have a cutlery set. So it's not that I don't actually really, there's a first aid kit at work, and so there's kind of things like that I don't actually need to take with me all of the time. So as a consequence, I ended up lugging around, obviously, all of this stuff in this handbag, when it was quite possibly unnecessary throwing stuff around to do that. So I'm going to put that up there. Okay, so in addition to this, I would also carry my lunch, and obviously carry my water and my smoothie in my Evereco tumbler, and I'd also carry a tote bag. So I'd have a shopping bag in there as well, which obviously I must have taken it out for some reason. So I'd also carry a tote bag like this in that bag, for, you know, emergency tote bag reasons. Obviously nearly all of my tote bags have customizable prints on them, because when you like something, you're more likely to remember to bring it with you. So all of this just became too much. As I have previously just stated, I have a cutlery set on my desk, and I have a coffee cup on my desk, and I have a water bowl and a bowl, and I don't actually need to carry these things around with me. And I didn't really need to carry the toothbrush or the toothpaste, because while I used to be naughty and didn't go home for 3 days at a time, and therefore needed those items in my bag, which is why they are there, I don't think I've used them actually once this year in the context of them being in my bag. So to help myself reduce this, I got a micro bag that was at least nominally practical size and not smaller than a credit card. I have seen some really tiny bags around. I didn't want something so small that I couldn't fit anything in it, but I didn't want something so big that I basically had too many options to take too much stuff with me. So this is what so let's put all of obviously this stuff at the back as we have, and look at what's in my pink bag. Basically it is like in this main pocket at the front. Okay, so this is a little phone charger, and I have a cord. This little purse contains my keys and also contains my lip balm. Quite often the cord or the cord actually sits in the front of this purse. Okay, sunglasses. This is the only shopping bag that really fits in here. It is a stupid Woolworths one, but it fits in. This is perfume balm. I've also got citrus hand sanitizer. This is my bus pass, and it is my ID and my Medicare card. Little mini, this is a moleskin notebook, and with obviously stuff in it. This here is, you'll probably recognize this wrapping from the one that's in the other bag. Basically I have an Ever Eco mini straw in here, and I also have this. I actually don't really like the tiny ones that are here. They are impossible to eat with and are horrible, so I got this size, which seems like a decent size to eat with. So I've got one of these So I think this was a set, and then I've actually got the Ever Eco set, and I'll put that in there for when I take my little small cup. I've got deodorant. I've actually ran out of this Black Chicken Axilla deodorant paste, and there's another type of deodorant paste in there, but it's small enough to fit in. Okay, what else there? Okay, I've got Cool Mint breast spray, pens, nasal spray. So that's what's in there. And in the back pocket is my headphones and a tissue. Okay, so that's the stuff that is fitting in there. Okay, so as you can see, all of the essentials with none of the extras in there. It has certainly made me consider what I take with me and what I have to carry with me, and what will and won't be a burden. It forces me to consider what I do and do not need to prepare for, or in other words, managing my anxiety. What do I truly have to have on my person to actually kind of survive the day? The answer will generally be, according to my anxiety, never enough. However, this is what I did this experiment for. This is why I wanted to get through at least one cycle with me with this tiny bag, just to see if it was survivable. Essentially what I found is it is very limited. I found that while if I was doing something quite simple, this bag was a perfect size. If I was just, say, going out to dinner with a friend, this was the perfect size. But I did find in the limiting side of things, I was constantly having to carry extra things in my pockets, in my hands, or in another bag entirely. So this was my water bottle that I used. It's 750 mils. It's a hydro pack. And this, in case you didn't realise, squishes down, and once it's squished down, it actually also fits in here with the rest of things. So I could take this water bottle, drink it, and put it into my bag. However, if I went out with this or any other coffee cup that I have, it never fitted in the bag, and I had to carry it with me. When I went out with my period pack, obviously I had to take another bag with me at the time, because this certainly didn't fit in with this. When I would make my smoothie in this size cup, it certainly didn't fit either. It would not fit in any of my water bottles at the time, so it wouldn't fit in my water bottles either. But, you know, that's why I ended up using this hydro pack. So it means that I'm kind of regulated to carrying everything and anything that doesn't fit into this bag, and juggling a phone and a bus pass and my bag and my drinks, and forget taking anything low waste or anything else orientated. If I went to the shops, I had to compromise on, say, I'd have to buy my vegetables loose, or I'd use the mushroom paper bag, but still it's kind of frustrating that, you know, and this was obviously didn't carry anything heavy because it's kind of a lightweight bag anyway. So I found I would often obviously not take my coffee cup and my water bottle with me. Because of this, I often wouldn't get a coffee to drink, or just even drink enough water. And I try and drink up to between 4 and 5 litres of water a day outside of drinking coffee or tea. So this can be quite an inconvenience. There have been many lessons that I've learned doing this, and it has allowed me to see how being a minimalist can be both a lot easier, as it removes a lot of those indecisive decisions, like what book I'm going to take. I just don't take one now, and read off my phone, which is what mostly I do. Also, I ended up having to obviously take a lunch bag. So this is my lunch bag, so I'd have to carry that, or again put it in another bag to carry that with me. So I had to carry that by itself in a larger bag, depending on what else I was carrying with me. This would or could be an actually quite good going out bag when I would not be carrying all the reusable bottles or cups. I will probably continue to use a smaller bag, and I actually do like this one. So this was actually quite a great experiment in learning how to kind of reduce, and also learning kind of what I wanted to take with me. I did have my notepad with me. So I was able to take notes if I needed to. Obviously I did take pens with me. I did have a straw and a spoon in case I needed it. You know, I did have my tissue because I don't obviously use paper tissues anymore. So I could fit some reusable items in here, but obviously space is at a premium and is quite limited. So as a consequence, you know, I didn't really use my phone as a payment option before this because I didn't really have the need to, because I carried around a full purse. But now that I took away essentially that opportunity to do that, it meant that I had to learn what to and what I didn't need to take in my bag. You know, I was forced to make a decision, okay, so inexpertly packed it, but you get the idea at least of what we were trying to do. So it was actually a great experiment in taking less with me and in having less with me, and what I really did need to take and didn't need to take. Thank you for watching. There will be links below to most of the stuff that I talked about. Enjoy your morning, afternoon or evening, depending on where you are in the day. And I, of course, will catch up with you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.